If if you disrespect everybody that you run into, how in the world do you think that is what respect to you? If you don't give a heck about the man with the Bible in his hand, boy, get out the way and let the gentleman do his thing. You're the kind of gentleman that want everything their way, yeah. Take your sheet off your face, boy. It's a brand new day. Oh, respect yourself. Nah, 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 nah. Respect yourself. Dee, 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 dee. If you don't respect yourself, ain't nobody gonna give a good hoot. Nah, nah, nah. Oh, well, respect yourself. Nah, 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 nah. Respect yourself. Dee, 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 dee. If you're walking around thinking that the world owes you something because you're here, bye. You're going out the world backwards like you did when you first came here. Yeah. You're talking about the president won't stop air pollution. Bye. Put your hand on your mouth when you cough, that'll help the solution. Oh, you cuss around women and you don't even know your name or their name, no. Then you're dumb enough to think that'll make you a big old man. Hey, oh, respect yourself. Nah, 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 nah. Respect yourself. Dee, 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 dee. If you don't respect yourself, ain't nobody gonna give a hoot. Nah, nah, nah. Oh, whoa, respect yourself. Nah, nah, nah. Respect yourself. Dee, 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 dee. Right, that's enough of my bad singing. That's enough of my terrible singing because I know I can't sing. Welcome to the show. Trev the Rev is here. Trev the Rev, and I ain't no vicar. Welcome to the show. We've got lots to talk about today, lots to do. And if you're going to enjoy this show, please hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my channel. And when you want to know when videos are coming out, hit that like button because you never know. You never know when something good's going to appear. Well, to start with, because of the research I've been doing, I haven't got any bad jokes to start the show with. I know. But if you want a good laugh, I do suggest you watch I'm a Sledge Get Me Out of Here. Been a brilliant week on there so far. Absolutely fantastic. There wasn't many celebrities that I recognise in it. The American bloke, I recognise his face, but I can't tell you who he is. But the two new arrivals. I know them. But I pick Ian Wright. Here's my pick. You've heard it here first. Ian Wright to win the show. That's my pick. That is my pick. Pickety pick. So anyway, today's title of the show is obviously Respect Yourself, Mr. Willis. Because today we are doing my personal top 10 films by Mr. Bruce Willis. Yes. Mr. Bruce Willis. Now, I will say, as I said before, I can only quote films that I have seen myself because I can't say a film's really good if I haven't seen it. And there is one film in this stretch that has a he's in cameo, but I can't tell as if he was in it because obviously he was in it. Cameo. Mr. Willis, he was actually born anyway. Anyway, sorry, my phone just went. So you can see there's no script, just information, no script. I don't cut nothing out. What happens, happens, as you know. Yeah, so he was actually born. His name was Walter Bruce Willis, but obviously when he went to do his acting, he dropped the Walter and just became known as Bruce Willis. Yes, became famous. He was actually born, like me, he's a fellow Piscean, like me, born on March the 19th, 9 days after me, 1955. So it was a few years before me. He was actually on TV and some small roles, small bits and pieces. He appeared in Miami Vice. I know that because I've actually started watching Miami Vice from the very, very start of this, where the show started. And he played a bad guy in it at one of the first couple of episodes. Also, he appeared in apparently, I've never seen this episode, but apparently, according to Wikipedia, he appeared in the Twilight Zone. I know, makes you think, doesn't it? What sort of Twilight Zone episode would you think he would appear in? Might look into that and see. But he first came to fame, as in his name, going, I'm here, I'm here, in a show in 1985. He appeared in Moonlighting on TV opposite Sybil Shepherd. Now, I've never seen Moonlighting all the way through. I will say that. I was in a couple of episodes, and I do know it was part crime, part comedy. It's it's like it's okay to watch the first couple, but I've never actually seen it all the way through, so I can't go too much into that. I may try and watch it because I'm British, obviously, so I may try and watch it one day. The first film he ever starred in, and it was a very, very minor part, was called The First Deadly Sin, 1980. There you go. See, now I haven't seen it, obviously, but apparently he played a very quick cameo part in it. But that was his first movie appearance. But his main his first main lead role was in 1987 in a film called Blind Date. Now, again, I can't say much about that film because I've never seen it. God, yeah, I've never seen that film. I've never seen that film. But he starred and he shot off the film with one of his films. And we'll get to that one later. We will get to that one later. Now, obviously, as I said before, all of these films on this list I've seen. I haven't seen a lot of them for quite a while, actually. I'm thinking about going back and seeing them again because, to me, they're good for me to go back and watch it. Now, the first couple of films are voices. Yes, voices. He did voices in these films that, but he made the part, in my eyes, good enough that it made the list, obviously. Now, the first one was by DreamWorks Animation. It was called Over the Hedge in 2006. And obviously, because animation, he had to do the voicing because obviously you can't act live in an animation again. Now, he played in a part, I'm sure he played a squirrel or something in the film. I'm trying to think what part he played in the film. It is very, very good. It's about a rough and ready character that has to get something back from a local neighborhood to get his bear off his back or something like that. Very, very funny animation film. One of the bits I like the most is this guy in the garden. He's got this special laser. 2 people watching the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Yes, he's got this laser thing that he turns on, activates all the garden to stop animals going onto the garden, zaps and bits. And you got this bit where this rabbit or something runs extremely fast in the film already, drinks some energizer fluid and goes berserk. He's like, you ever seen the X-Men film and you see where Quicksilver's running around slow motion? You know, which is what this rabbit thing does, or squirrel, whatever it does. Roz, my darling, how you doing? Mwah! Oh, by the way, that's not to the whole audience. That's just to Roz because she's just hello, sweetheart, and that's my way. Every time a lady watches me and says hello, I go mwah, but mostly to Roz because she's go boing with the frying pan, you know. So yes, it's over the hedge, and so funny. Other people who voiced parts in the film was Gary Shandling, Steve Carroll, William Shatner, and Nick Nolte. They're the four main voices in the film, as well as Mr. Bruce Willis. The actual film earned $336 million, and it only cost $80 million to make. That's definitely a thumbs up for a film. I know it's not an acting role, it's a voicing role, but for Bruce Willis, thumbs up. Brilliant film. I suggest you watch it when you get a chance. What's coming next? This is the book of my films. Now, the next one, also a speaking part, but this is live action. So that's the first clue to the film. One memorable line in this film was, Livia, put me back in, was one of the main lines from the film. Now, it was in 1989. The main stars were actually Kirstie Alley and John Travolta. Da, na, 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 staying alive, ba, 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 staying alive. Kirstie Alley had come off the hot run she's been doing in Cheers. Everybody knows your name. Bum, 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 and starred in this film. But the person who stole the show, and I do mean stole the show, was Mr. Bruce Willis, who voiced the part of Mikey, who was a little bab in the film. And you got to hear what the bab was thinking via Bruce Willis doing the voicing. And it is so funny, absolutely so funny. In my eyes, Bruce Willis stole the show. And I do believe you heard Roseanne Barr at the end as well, who played the part of Mikey's sister when she was born. But brilliant film, absolutely a lovely a rom-com, romantic comedy. Basically, the mother has the child. The father wants nothing to do with the child. And she meets a taxi driver who pretends to use her address to help his grandfather do something, and he agrees to babysit for her if she keeps quiet about what he was doing. So only in a film can someone pretend to live somewhere else and then say, "Oh, I'll babysit for you if you keep quiet about it. Keep quiet about it. I'll babysit for you." So obviously, she goes, "Oh yeah, that's okay, yeah, that's okay, because I like to quiet to myself." Woo! But yes, those two gelled extremely well together. But in my eyes, it was Mr. Willis who stole the show, and that's why it makes the list. Now that made $297 million on a budget of 7.5. That ain't bad. That's what I call not just a thumbs up. That's a thumbs up. Now, whilst we're talking about Look Who's Talking, they did make two other sequels to it, which was, I believe, Look Who's Talking 2, which actually was Roseanne Barr taking the show as well as Bruce Willis. And then the third one was called Look Who's Talking Now. I've never actually seen that, but I do know. I don't know if the kids are in it, but I do know they have an actors voicing two dogs. But I've never seen that, so I can't really go into that series now. You thought I was frozen. You thought I froze. No, we're not watching Frozen. We're not watching Frozen. Right, the next one was made in 2010. Now, this one has got in because when I was watching it, I thought I saw him in the film, and this film stars. Here's some names for you, right? Here's some names. It was directed by David Callahan and Sylvester Stallone. Also directed by Sylvester Stallone. He other actors that took the lead roles. Stallone, because Sylvester Stallone, who directed the film, decided to take the lead film because he's a Sylvester Stallone. And the other co-stars in this film was Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, Terry Crews, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mickey Rourke, and Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was in this film, but he only played a small cameo part, and that's why this film slightly slides in. And it's called The Expendables. And basically, Sylvester Stallone decided he was going to write this film, and he wanted to do a film with a load of big actors in it, like Sylvester Stallone. And I know my impression isn't very good, is it? Sylvester Stallone, Adrian. It made $274.5 million, and it cost $80 million to make. That is, again, 2 thumbs up. Very good film. I haven't actually seen the sequels. I haven't seen Expendables 2. I don't know who's the third one. But again, 2 thumbs up. Brilliant action film. If you like an action film with not a lot of technical plot to it, because I'm Sylvester Stallone. But yeah, Bruce Willis did appear in this film, but only a cameo. And in my eyes, that counts. That counts. Cameo. He's in the film. I know. I bent the rules on that one. I bent the rules on that one. I bent the rules on that one. And again, I'll give a shout out to the 2 people watching. Thank you for watching this video. Still more to come. And please hit that like button if you're enjoying the show. Hit the subscribe button, or even ring that bell. Or ring the bell, a ding a dong, a ding a ling a ling. That'll you know when the videos are coming out. Right, the next one. The next one. Now, I was going to put these 2 the other way round, but I decided to do it this way around for a reason. Both these films were directed by M. Night Shyamalan. I can't pronounce the surname. And the first one was made second. So then the first film second, then the second film first. You with me? You with me? You sure? You sure? I'm getting confused. So yeah, the first film I'm going to talk about is Unbreakable. It's actually one in a trilogy of films. I can't remember what the second film is called. I did see it, but the third one's called Glass. I haven't seen that yet either. I didn't know they'd made sequels to it actually, but I did enjoy the films, and I want to watch these films again. I want to see if I can find them and get the films and watch them because I want to see these films. So the first film is called Unbreakable, and he stars as this bloke who can't be hurt unless he's near water or in water. And he's arts emesis in the film. He stars alongside Samuel J. Jackson. And come on, when's he ever made a film that's not very good? I know we're not talking about snakes on the plane. We're not talking about that. But when has Samuel Jackson ever made a film, it wasn't very good. Well, we might get into Samuel Jackson one day. It was directed. I've said that already. And it's a brilliant film. It's a very, very technical film. I'm not going to give the game away with the film, how it ends and all that jazz, because there might be people out of this world who haven't seen it yet. But I called this originally the unofficial sequel to the next one, but it isn't actually a sequel. It's completely different. The only connection they got is it's written by the directed, by the same director. And the other film, before I go any further, Unbreakable, it made $248.1 million on a budget of $75. So again, two thumbs up, two thumbs up. And it's sort of film you can't not do things whilst you're watching it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. So what's Unbreakable? What's Unbreakable? You got to see that film. Yeah. Now, the next film. This is one of the films I can actually do a line from, and the line will tell you the name of the film. I see dead people. I do, honestly. I see dead people. It's called Sixth Sense in 1999, 1 year before he did Unbreakable. And it's a supernatural horror. Now, you all know, especially from the other week, I don't watch a lot of horror films. I'm not a massive fan of horror films. But when I watched this, I didn't actually know it was a horror film. I just saw Bruce Willis' name on it, and I thought it's got to be good. So I watched it, and it turns out it's very, very good. Very, very good. It's directed again by M. Night Shyamalan, and it made 672 8.8 million on a 40 million pound budget. So that's not just two thumbs up. That's two thumbs up plus an extra one thumbs up. So that's three thumbs up. Three thumbs up. So it can't be three. Can't be three. So two plus one is three. Yeah, you got it. Two plus one is three. So three thumbs up for that film. Brilliant film, Sixth Sense. Again, it's one of those films you need to watch the whole thing. You can't like go off a cup of tea while the film's still rolling. I do recommend it. Lovely little twist at his films. He does actually like doing twists in his films. It's like, because going back to Unbreakable, that had a good twist at the end as well. I'm not going to go into it because I'm not going to ruin the film. Not going to ruin the film. So, what's next? What's next, you say? What film is next? What film could be possibly better than that? Well, in a way, we're going back down a little bit because we're going to tense films. But we're going now to a comedy. And in this comedy, he starred alongside Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn. And he's got the line where the part he plays, I can't remember if he does it or Meryl Streep does it, but someone shoots Goldie Hawn. And she goes flying backwards. She's got a massive hole in her. She lands in this pool, and they think she's dead. And then, but next thing you know, she's there going, and you've got a picture of her with a big hole in her stomach, and she's going, "Look at me, I'm sucking wet." I'm talking about Death Becomes Her. Brilliant film about immortality. Bruce plays a part plays a part in the film where he is torn between the two leading ladies, who are immortal. Can't, but if they get hurt in any way, they get hurt and they know it. Brilliant film, absolutely brilliant. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis, and it made 149 million on a budget of 55. Just one thumbs up for that one. I did say we're going back down. One thumbs up, good film. Why you say if it's just one thumbs up, does it make the list? Because bear in mind that film was made in 1992. It was after another one that I haven't mentioned yet. He played a side role in it because he wasn't a star name in the film. But it is a funny film. I can watch this. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sixth Sense and Unbreakable and The Expendables. It's a good film, but I can only watch that every now and then. I'll go back and watch it a couple of years later. But even though Death Becomes Her is only a film, I can actually go back and watch it again and enjoy it. I think that's because it's a comedy, because some reasons I prefer comedies to straight films. I appreciate straight films. All my respect goes to a straight film. But if there's a comedy there that I do like, every now and then goes a long way in my book. Goes a long way in my book. My book. So yeah, that Death Becomes Her. And we go on to the next one now. The next one Again, it's a comedy, a sci-fi comedy, directed by Luc Besson, or Hesson, and it stars alongside Bruce Willis, Gary Oldman, Mila Djokovic, Chris Tucker, one of his first films, and somebody else that I can't recognise my writing. That's my hyper dyslexia coming in because I've written something down and I can't read it. Oh, Ian Holm. Ian Holm, I think it is. I'm sure it's Ian Holm or something like that. It made 263.9 million on a budget of 90 million. So that's 2 thumbs up for that. 2 thumbs up. Brilliant film. And it's called The Fifth Element. Very, very good. It's about elemental stones that are brought together with the fifth element in between them. Obviously, it's about battling evil and all that lot. It's so funny. Gary Oldman plays his part extremely well, as does Bruce Willis. And he plays like a taxi driver who's actually a secret agent as well. Brilliant film. It's so bizarre to explain how this film works and what makes it work. You need to watch it to understand it. It's been a couple of times. There's only been a couple of times when I've gone to I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say this. If you go to a cinema and you're watching a film, whether it be a sci-fi or a horror or a comedy, 9 times out of 10, people are quiet in the audience because they do respect other people there and they sit back and they enjoy the show. But there's been 2 films that I've seen, and you've had laughter in your. I do mean, when I say laughter, I don't mean. I mean loud laughter in the film. One was Deadpool. Come on, you got to laugh at Deadpool. Brilliant film. But the other one was this film, Fifth Element. And although there was laughter in quite a few spots, there's one particular spot where the laughter was like booming sound. The laughter was. And it was, you got to picture it. You got to picture it that it's the bad guy played by Gary Oldman. He's been after these stones for the whole film, and each time he thinks he's got it, they're not there. They've gone there somewhere else, and he gets stressed. And there's one point where he gets this box and he believes. He believes without a doubt of a doubt he's gone, and he opens up the box. He looks in. He's like, not there. And honestly, God, the moment he said that, the whole audience just burst out of laughter. Absolutely burst out of laughter. And memory serves me correct, as I'm saying about this film, as I'm talking about the film, memory serves me correct, I'm sure Lee Evans played a small part on this film. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he played a steward on the Space Hotel thing. Evans, very good comedian, British comedian, fantastic. So yes, that was Fifth Element. Again, I want to see that film now. It's got one bit of what I call proper irony, where they're cops who are chasing them in the film. And the first time you see these guys, they're eating McDonald's in the cab. See, that's a little nig at cocktail and donuts all the time. This time eating McDonald's. And during the chase, the car gets taken out by a McDonald's train. Honestly, see, that's the irony of this film. So what next can we say to that? Well, we're down to 3 films. We are down to 3 films. Can you guess what these films are? Any idea what the films are, eh? Any idea? And I'll say again, thank you for the 2 people watching the show live. I do appreciate when I've got people watching the show live because you never know what's going to happen when you do a show live. You never know. You never know. So yes, we're down to the top 3 films. And I had to fight, not for the number 1 film, but 2 and 3. I had to really go which order I was going to do these films in. Because, they both have their own things that make them really, really good. But I'll set down this order. So if you think I'm wrong, tell me. I have no problem. The 3rd best film he has made, in my eyes, is dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Now, unless I've just made a right ass of myself, um, I'm talking about a film done by Quentin Tarantino, which tells you how good this film is. He starred alongside Samuel Jackson again, John Travolta, ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive, ha, 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 staying alive. Yeah, no, I'm not singing today. Irma Thurman and Tim Roth. I'm talking about dun 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 dun. Pulp Fiction, made in 1994. He went for a quiet patch on Mr. Willis, but he came back into things, and he's came back into prominence in the movie franchises and stuff in my eyes. And this is one of the films that really pushed him back in. This is why it's number 3, because number 2 came afterwards. It made 213.9 million on a budget of 8.5. So that's 2 thumbs up. But I'm going to give it a bonus thumbs up. And why is that? Because this was actually the very first film by Quentin Tarantino that I saw. I've never seen Reservoir Dogs. I'm going to one day. I'll try. But I do like Pulp Fiction. Brilliant film. Again, you've got to watch it in a special way because it doesn't actually... Most films start there and end there. This film sort of back and forth. You've got to watch everything to make complete sense. Brilliant film. Absolutely brilliant film. He plays a boxer. I want to be a boxer. But he plays that in the film. I'm not going to go too much into it because there may be somewhere in the depths of the darkness. I'm sure there's someone out there that hasn't actually seen this film. I do recommend you watch this. It's a bit gory. It is gory, but I do recommend you watch it. That's Pulp Fiction. Now, number 2. He starred in this film. It was done by Michael Bay, and you know how good he is. I mean, before he went down the toilet with the Transformer films and stuff. But I believe this is one of the first films Michael Bay did. He starred alongside Ben Affleck, Billy Bob Thornton, Liv Taylor, Owen Wilson, amongst many, many others. This film grossed 553.7 million, and it cost 140 million to make. So that's another 2 thumbs up to brilliant film. It came in at the same time as what's the other one? There's 2 different sorts of films. I can see the film in my head. I'm talking about Armageddon. This is the name of the film. They did another one that was same style of film, and it's basically about a comet or meteor thing that's going to hit the Earth, and they've got to stop it, and they hire these old men to stop the thing from going. And no, I can't tell you the name of the other film because I can't remember it. But Armageddon is brilliant. First time I've seen it, absolutely brilliant. I'm not going to go too much into it again because I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't seen it. I do recommend you watch it. Armageddon is, brilliant film, absolutely brilliant. And we're here at number 1. Now, by now, most people who are watching this video, who are movie fans, will know what the next film is. Well, how about belt out some lines from the film, if I can remember them? If I was to go, "Welcome to the party, pal," does that give you a clue what the film is? Does that give you a clue? Or how about a lady talking to someone else going, "John's alive"? And the other lady goes, "How do you know John's alive?" Because only John can piss someone off that much. See, that's another good line from the film. That gave the thing. There was another third line. My missus said to me this morning when she knows what the film I was doing. And he said, Nicky, That's it. Because no kids watch this film. Like I said, "Icky-yi-yi, motherfucker." He said that in this film as well. Of course, I'm talking about the franchise, but it started with this one film, and it's called Die Hard, a Christmas film. Die Hard. Honestly, you would think it is because it's all done around Christmas time, but it's Die Hard. It's a typical one man against a whole platoon of people trying to save the building and everything else. Brilliant film, absolutely brilliant film. He went on after this film. It didn't sound well. They made Die Harder, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Die Hard 4.0, and It's a Good Day to Die Hard, or something like that. Brilliant, brilliant set of films. Fantastic. No, I've never seen the last one. I've not seen A Good Day to Die Hard yet, but all the rest of them, very, very good. The second one is a bit of a dark horse, but once you get used to it, and it is a good film. Has the usual twist at the end, like it made 141.5 million on a 28 million thing. That by itself does two thumbs up, two thumbs up for this film. So yes, Die Hard is my number one Bruce Willis film. And why is it number one? I'll tell you why it's number one. Because one, it's the first film I saw Bruce Willis in. That by itself is enough. And to me, it was also the film that made him famous in my eyes. The film that put his name on the hat for doing really good films. And there you go. That is my top 10 films by Bruce Willis. Now, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the show. Because now it's time to say farewell. To say, alas, it is time to go. So I will say now, if you enjoyed this film, please hit that like button. Because you'll be surprised what the like button will do for me. If you're watching this video and you haven't seen me before and you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button, honestly, and ring that bell and you'll be told when the video is coming out. I don't know what I'm doing next week yet. I haven't decided. But please, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Bruce Willis, I say thank you for all the films you've done. And I'm sure there's films he's done that I haven't seen yet. And I'm sorry that I haven't seen them yet. But here's a thought. Thank you for making these lovely films for us to watch. And I'll say that from Trev to Rev, and I ain't no vicar. Chip along, my friends. Till next time. Bye-bye.